What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. You guys probably read the title. Let's go over that real quick for everybody who is not in Discord. Sid B, one of our subscribers, passed away this morning, massive heart attack, and so this show is going to go out to her. We're going to see the picture of her wrestler in all of our arenas moving forward throughout the rest of the year, and I debated on whether to do it today or not do it today. We already had a show planned, and do you guys want to see what her last words were? I don't want to get choked up, but if you want to see what her last words were, they are in the Discord, and that is why we are going to try to push forward and do the show today. So, with that being said, we have got one hell of a show. What is going on? Solo, welcome to the stream, brother. And possibly, depending on how our schedules work out, me and Solo might have a podcast later. If you haven't checked out his podcast, go to his channel. Check out the podcast. It is, it's one of those things where, like, you guys want some truth behind some wrestling, listen to what him and the Lord are talking about. All right, Logan, welcome to the stream. Brother Sentinel, what are you doing, my man? Welcome to the stream. Vipero, what is happening? Welcome to the stream. Matt Storm, current U.S. champion. A lot of people in the chat right now are going to be fighting prime time. What is happening? Welcome to the stream. And right there is Solo's link. So if you haven't, go check it out. Now, let's get on to the show. So in the main event, we're going to have the Survival title, TCW Special Series Survival title. And these aren't your normal people that are going to be wrestling this match. Sid B will be wrestling right there in the main event. But to kick it off, we're going to have Rowdy Hunt versus Jahki for the World Championship. Chillivok and Zack Hamilton going after it for the Cruiserweight title. A rematch, Cecil and Kempt going after Sentinel and Paul the Thing for those title belts. A fatal four-way, but elimination, falls count anywhere. Getting to see some new models. There's the brand new model of Shyanne right there. But going after the TCW Women's World title, Money in the Bank. Who's going to be Miss TCW Money in the Bank? We'll find out. Going for a 9th straight title defense. Vipero trying to stop him. U.S. title belt on the line. Jay Savage and Boom gonna get after it. Really looking forward to that match. Another fatal four-way. Nothing on the line, but getting to see the first parts of Robbo and then Andrew Dubs going after Blaq for the television title. If Dubs wins that match, unbelievably, he will be the one wrestler who has won the most TCW television titles, so it should be easy. What is going on, McWayne? Welcome to the stream. Witcher sister, welcome to the stream. Bama boys, what is happening, my man? Always good to have you stop by as well. Yeah, it's if we tell the story, I put it in the comment of the thing, but if we tell the story, like the real story, everything that like went on behind the scenes, I think it's really educational. I think you guys would really enjoy it. And then maybe people would stop trying to cut a promo on me saying I don't understand. Probably the dumbest thing you could tell Totes is he doesn't understand. Like, I'm just telling you. Totes understands. Quick heads up. So, yeah, what is going on? Miguel had a really great match in the Dark members only stream, but had a really good match. Ended up coming out on top of that match. Some things came out of that match. Small storyline things, but Miguel kind of getting off to a good start, even though it was in one of our Dark shows. But today's about Just remembering Sid B, remembering what she did, and she will live on in our universe. We will see Sid B continue on in our universe so that we can keep her close in our hearts. Now, this is kind of crazy when we start looking at it. Hey, thanks, Bam. I really appreciate that, brother. Really appreciate that. Yeah, we've been way behind the Powerball on the ticket sales lately, which happens. Don't get me wrong. It's that time of year, and I get it. Especially around tax season, you know what I mean? But I think everything will be getting back on track here before too long. But you see Rowdy right now coming down to the ring. The former enforcer of the Four Horsemen, losing the title, losing the world title to Jahki in quite the sneaky fashion. In quite a sneaky way, Jahki absolutely playing his cards the right way, getting in there and ripping the belt out of Rowdy's hands. Rowdy biding his time, getting his shot here tonight to try to win that back one-on-one. But he's not wrestling the same Jahki. Jahki actually forming what appears to be a stronger Wolfpack. Jahki looking like maybe he went through a transformation, kind of not the alpha wolf, but maybe the werewolf now, and maybe that was assisted by Witcher. We see Witcher standing back there now. Witcher absolutely doing her own thing, but I just have a feeling that maybe some dark magic was playing its role here. But Rowdy getting his shot again. Mano a mano, mano y wolfo, one-on-one. Trying to win back the TCW world title. Now, if Rowdy can manage to pull this off, Rowdy is already a 4-time TCW world champion, the most title reigns of anybody in the history of our universe. But he could take it one step further tonight and even add a little bit more distance between everybody else and him. You gotta love the new emojis. I love them.
Introducing the challenger from Bad Street, Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 306 pounds, the final champ, Rowdy Hart. And his opponent from Sydney, Australia, weighing in at 248 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, the Wolf.
So we haven't seen Rowdy having the best luck as of yet. We've seen him get some wins. We've seen him take some losses. Will that be different tonight? Tonight he has got Blackheart sitting over in his corner, but Jahki's got the entire Wolfpack on his side. So is this going to play in or not? Okay, I'll go check that out, Brooklyn. We'll get you fixed up. We'll get them toatsified. And you can see right now before, and Rowdy's still obviously the bigger guy, but when Jahki won this title, he was a light heavyweight. Jahki getting into the gym, obviously gaining about 12 pounds, putting on some more muscle, and you can see donning the mask. Now, what does that mean? What does the mask mean? We don't know, but we have seen a completely different attitude from Jahki. However, we have seen the exact same attitude from Rowdy. So these guys now hooking it up, and it looks like both men trying to establish not just the power, not just their dominance, but and right back into it again. Now trying to establish who's got more wrestling knowledge, more wrestling acumen, if you will. And Jahki getting the better there. So Rowdy's showing the power. Jahki's showing the smarts. And that might be the thing that had to have happened, to get up into where some of these guys are, to get up where, like the Rowdies, the GC Rocks, Digital Dogs, to get up there. Yeah, maybe Jahki wanting to wrestle up in that area felt like putting on that extra 12 pounds is going to work. And look, splits Rowdy open right there. The former enforcer of the Four Horsemen, the now leader of the corporate syndicate, getting split open, and you can see the blood pouring right down the center of his face. Jahki getting out, looking like he's telling Blackheart to maybe he should stay back. The referee saying, "What are you doing?" And Rowdy stopping him right there. Will the referee allow that kendo stick to stay in the ring, or will he try to get it out? Well, looking like he brought it right to Rowdy. But Rowdy hits him one time and then single leg takedown by Jahki. Rowdy getting back up to his feet, but you can tell that might have dazed him just a little bit. And it almost seems like Jahki's still trying to get used to the strength, like he'd been wrestling a certain way for so long, but hits him with the cutter. This could be it. 1, 2. And Rowdy able to kick out the cutter in 2. What is going on? Jameson Emerald, welcome to the stream. Yeah, Blackheart in real life was a wrestler. And that knowledge was brought to us by Bama. Bama's the one that brought it up and made it known. Now, most of the time I would tell you that would end anybody's night. But I don't think that kind of maneuver right there ends Rowdy's night. And Rowdy right there trying to show you, even though he's moving slower. Oh! Sneakity deekity! Trying to let Jahki know that, yeah, he's got some wrestling acumen of his own. And a huge power bomb. And you can start to see when Rowdy starts with these power moves, he could do 2 or 3 power moves and end your night like that. Your night over now. Hits him with the second power move. Rolls up the leg. Did he just knock the life out of him? No, our champion able still to kick out in 2, but here we go. The Rowdy recliner. Jahki saw it coming, scouted it out. And going back to attacking the head of Rowdy. The nice thing, apparently, with patch 1.08, they said they fixed it in 7. They did not, but in patch 1.08, you can look at all the wrestlers who are outside the ring. They're actually wearing their entrance attire how they should when they are a manager of a wrestler. So that is good. And look, Rowdy, that it looks like the blood's starting to flow just a little bit more. Hockey stick now in the way. Rowdy throws Jahki into the referee. Charles Robinson unable to get out of the way. And again, Rowdy's going to go right back to the weapon Jahki brought. Oh, this time, thought he was going to use it. Jahki uses it to his benefit, able to duck underneath the hockey stick, hit him with the cutter, and retain the TCW World Heavyweight Championship.
And still World Heavyweight Champion, the Wolf.
I think when Jahki figured out the plan, when he was a little bit lighter, figured out the plan to get that off of the waist of Rowdy, I think he understood at that point. He knew He had to get into the gym. He knew he had to get stronger. Look, these two never facing off in the ring, and I think even in Rowdy's weakened state, while Jahki was able to get the upper hand the first time, I think he realized really quick that it's going to take more. It's got to be more. It can't just be that. So got into the gym, again, gained that extra weight, and then here tonight putting that to use because he knows, and all of you know, there's only one man that or two people, one male and one female, that actually have a rematch clause in their contract. So Rowdy and Ozzy, knowing that those two have the thing, knowing that he took the belt from Rowdy, knowing that he could use that rematch clause, Rowdy using it tonight, but unable to walk away with the title belt. Jahki able to defend it again. What is going on, FMF Gaming Network? Welcome to the stream. So you want to talk about getting off to a fast start, already a 3.5 star match to start off the night, to start off the tribute show here tonight to Sid B. Again, our thoughts and prayers going out not only to her family, but also out to the Bay of Iffy, their friend, their colleague. We are very sorry about your loss, and we are going to feel that loss here in the community as well. Chillivok now getting his shot, speaking of the Bay of Iffy. Well, what is this? These guys not even wanting to wait. Apparently Frankie Two Fingers talking for too long. Coming right back off the commercial break, and these guys are in the middle of the ring getting things going. Totes out with Chillivok, and it looks like the corporate syndicate out right now, making sure they do not lose a title belt to the TWO. Chillivok trying to change that around. You know, earlier at the top of the program, before the show really, we got rolling with the first match, we talked about Miguel Morales having a really good match. That match was against TJ Mitchell, and that is one of the things that we are going to be seeing more and more of. 2 to 4 times we are going to see members only streams. So there's more and more perks that are becoming available to members. There is another thing that I am happy to announce right now for the members of the channel. Typically, to win a title belt is the only way to get a boost, but members of the channel will also gain a 5-point permanent boost to their character as long as they are members of the channel. So it'll be a thing where members get better even in the ring. So becoming a member of the Bark Squad, if you are able to support the channel in that manner, we have got things as low as $2.99 a month. But you will get an additional 5-point boost to the 4 stat categories that the title belts typically give you the title boost for, and those 5 points will not count against the cap. So brand new perk for the members of the channel. And I'm going to lay it out. 5 is the average. I'm going to lay it out at all 4 levels right after this. I wanted to make the announcement before we did it. But look at these two guys standing in the center of the ring. Zack Hamilton desperate to hold on to that Cruiserweight title belt, really wanting to make the name for it. Already having a name made for it by JP, by Vipero, and now Zack Hamilton. Zack now, thought he would go for the pin right there, but does not go for the pin. Chillivok now trying to get it turned back around, and you see the style of both these wrestlers, and it is very, very apparent that their styles match up very similar. Both wrestlers relying on speed, and look, Zack taking it back up to the top again. The old Zack attack. Hooks the leg. Did he just retain the title? 2. And only a 2 count. Totes trying to cheer Chillivok on. And Chili now, he's trying to take it up to the top. He's trying to make a difference off that top rope, understanding he absolutely needs to do something here. And up and over, but Zack Hamilton showing you why he's still the champ. Able to get out of the ring, reverse it back around, now taking it back up on top, and if he hits this, I was going to say if he hits it, I don't know if there's any way you could survive it going down twice. What is going on? Prime time. Sammy Shaw, welcome to the stream. Totes my goats giving it to the crowd right now. And I'm going to tell you what, you want to talk about somebody getting involved. The TWC Intercontinental Champion, Sam Hacksaw, really on another level, really getting involved and really doing some stuff. And Solo, too, if you're out there watching, hopefully tonight we can maybe get something going. If we can, the earlier the better. The earlier we can do it, the more likely we can do it. But yeah, that'd be a lot of fun, get together. That will be over on Solo's channel. But getting together and just working it through, you know what I mean? Just talking through in a podcast style. Talking through behind the scenes of one of the greatest storylines ever and never told. And the champion, and it seems to maybe be the champion's night.
Here is your winner, and still Cruiserweight Champion, Zack Hamilton.
Right now, not just the world, but also the Cruiserweight Champion able to retain their titles here tonight. And again, another great match. We've seen 2 different style matches. One more of a power match. This one more of a match of speed, more of a match of how to use the entire ring. But what a great match that is too. Hats off going out to the champion. Now, we start getting into some other stuff where we have seen the new foundation absolutely dominating in the tag team division. But again, this is a rematch. We saw how it worked out last time, but such a great match. There's a few things that happened where management was like, no, we got to run this one back. We got to do it again. What is going on, Temple? Welcome to the show. And it's funny, we talk about Easter eggs and different things that are going on. There's Easter eggs almost on every single wrestler that is out there. Just little things that kind of either doff the cap to where they came from, doff the cap to an amazing storyline or set of storylines that maybe they were involved in. Even not just on our show, but maybe on another show, maybe on their own shows. And then where the wrestlers started out, maybe even in our own universe. So TWO making their way down to the ring right now. And as much as we've seen Jay Savage and Totes come out together, starting to wonder if we don't see maybe here in the TCW, maybe those two going after some tag team title gold here in the future. But right now coming down to support the hit squad of the TWO, Cecil Davis and Kempt Watson. Now, way easier said than done because only 2 people ever come out for the new foundation, and that is the new foundation. But Sentinel coming out, waiting on the monster that is Paul the Thing. Paul the Thing, also the hardcore champion, making his way down to the ring. But I don't know if anybody can get the TCW World Tag Team title belts off from around the waist of Sentinel or Paul. Don't even know if they can do it. I don't know if anybody can do it. I mean, these guys, they haven't just been winning their matches. They have been dominating. Even Cecil and Kempt pushing them kind of to their limits. But it got to a point where you thought Sentinel and Paul the Thing were about to start falling off. You thought it got to a point where their stamina wasn't going to be able to last. We thought it got to that point, and what they proved is we don't know where that point is at. What it proved is we have no idea where it is at. Oh, I like how Sentinel thinks. You got to pay attention to Sentinel. He'll get you with some zingers sometimes. He's saying it's not the Totes World Order. It's called the They're Worn Out. I like it.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 429 pounds. See Al Davis and Kid T. Watson. The NWO. And their opponents at a combined weight of 611 pounds. The World Tag Team Champions, Sinister Trout. And called the Thug. The New Foundation.
And two guys, check out the apron, check out the wall attire. Some of them it's going to be the Titantron, but check that stuff out, all of it. Paying tribute to Sid B. And look at this, like right away, we know Cecil faster than Sentinel, but you can see Sentinel knows how to get his timing down, knows how to start the moves, knows how to move, though, in such a way. You saw that kick, Cecil trying to get out there and grab him, and he moves back, kicks him, but not just avoids the grab, but ends up turning it into some offense as well. So can the Hit Squad find a way to get it turned around, find a way to wear these guys down? Will Totes and Jay Savage play a role in this? Can the TWO bring home some gold here tonight? What's going on, Herbie? Welcome to the stream, brother. And now a little two-way street happening here. We saw the double team go one way. Now the double team coming back the other. And that's going to be the thing that has to happen. You can see Cecil kind of avoiding some of Sentinel's moves. If Sentinel and Paul start getting moves in on Kempt and Cecil, it could be over with a quickness. No way, even larger wrestlers, no way to just withstand the power offense of Sentinel or Paul the Thing. You know, we talked about Paul being the current hardcore champion. Sentinel, a former 3-time world champion. Paul the Thing, a former world champion. So again, they got stuff going. What in the And that is their finisher right there. Thought we were going to see maybe a pin happen. But maybe a little mishap of timing going on right there. And Sentinel laying into Cecil now. And this is the stuff. Starting to move forward. Starting to get the momentum going. Starting to do the things. Oh, yeah. Those are some of my favorite looking at the tag team matches. You look at, and I think it's going to be even better this year when these guys, where it starts making sense, where they're hooking it up again. And Paul trying to slow this thing down a little bit. Two, something very interesting. There's brand new weapon physics in the game. Like, especially with the stairs or when a ladder is laying down, how the wrestlers interact with that ladder. So, and you can see tonight some of the 20 count matches being brought back. That being the case in this match already. Yep, all the details are in the Discord. But appreciate that. But we will keep her memory alive here in this game. That is for sure. And look at that, using every little bit of power Cecil could muster up. That big double-fisted axe handle coming at him, and now taking it up to the top rope. Really had to reach for it, and Paul sees it coming and has enough time to somehow roll out of the way, and here we go. Rot row SpaghettiOs. Paul the Thing starting to feel it, and look at this, just the power that Paul can put behind some of his moves. You gotta watch out for it. Cecil trying to get over to Kempt, unable to do it now, getting the bat out of Paul's hands. But will Cecil be able to get over like he's fighting through it? Thought he was going to try to get Kempt tagged in right there. Unable to do that. Now getting a table, bringing that table into the match. Will that play into anything? Paul using the timing. We talked about the timing of Sentinel earlier in the match. But now using the timing. So what I'm talking about as far as weapon physics in this update, you see how the table is laying there, or the bat, it used to not do damage. Now it does. Even if it's laying down, just like it is right now, that table will now do damage if they land on it, if they get slammed on it, if something that way happens. Oh, what a move! Hooks the leg! And you can see Kempt just trying to do everything he can. Oh, stops Paul from doing his move, but then Paul says, "You're trying to pick me up, son." Not having it. Paul now whips him over into the corner, now bringing him up. Oh! It looked like he was going for the big choke slam. Then it looked like Kempt was going to do something, but wisely just kind of got down and rebounds off that post for a big lariat. And look at that, Jay Savage creating an opening and no turnbuckle pad. There is no turnbuckle pad over there. Oh, Kempt using him, but that is his finisher right on top of the table. 1, 2. And I don't know, Cecil must have heard, like Kempt must have said, no, go for the other guy. he can kick out. Now getting back up. And look at these two fight it out back and forth, whipping them into the ropes. Going up, down, and then dropping that knee. 2 feet to the knee. Call me in the morning. And Kempt's starting to feel it. Kempt's starting to get on a roll right here. Hooks the leg. 2. And where is Cecil and Paul the Thing? What are they doing? What kind of work are they putting in away from the camera right now? Sentinel going to set up the table, but how long is that going to last? Sentinel really trying to get after Cecil. Finally catching up with them. Kempt trying to tell him to stop. And remember, even though the count restarted, it is a 20 count. There's a 20 count going on in this match. Sentinel putting the finisher on him on the outside of the ring, right on top of that ring post, and Sentinel really just going after everybody. Kempt now starting to recover. Are these guys going to make it back in the ring? They do, and Sentinel stays on top, getting reversed back around, eating that missile drop kick to the knee again. The first time it did some damage. The second time acting like it didn't do any kind of damage. And again, this is the amazing part of what has gone on. Very similar to what happened in the first one. Cecil and Kempt able just to kind of eat the offense for at least for a little while of Sentinel and Paul the Thing, and that's where other people, that's not what was going on. That wasn't happening. Now Sentinel trying to get that emergency tag. Kempt realizing that it happened, using the referee. Paul fighting through the referee. And Kempt right on top of the table, pins him on the table. 1, 2. And Paul able to kick out in 2, but now we're to this place where it could be anybody's ball game. And Paul's like, I'm getting tired, but look, Jay Savage getting involved again. Kempt able to get the tag in on Cecil. Totes now talking to him, and Paul playing possum, playing the big green possum at that. Now bringing the stairs into it. And how are the stairs gonna play into this, if at all? Cecil down on the ground. Paul getting Sentinel tagged back in. Cecil trying to get back to his feet and gets met by Paul, but the flip around. And look at that! Ends up kicking the referee, Charles Robinson, out right now. Right now, this is kind of a dangerous thing for the new foundation because it's kind of like anything goes. Robinson back onto his feet, but look, trying to count it out, but just too affected by getting knocked out by the TWO. Oh, that is Cecil's finisher. 1. And again, the slow count by the referee. You can't say like he's favoring one guy or another. Can't say he's favoring one team or another. It's gone both ways, but the TWO knocking them out. The TWO, the reason why things are moving a little bit slower in the referees' world. Oh, you gotta know when you fight the TWO, it's always, not always, but it's 99% of the time it's not going to be a fair fight when you fight the TWO. They got Totes Magoats as their leader, you know what I mean? What's going on, JP? Welcome to the stream, brother. But they've got Totes as their leader, and you guys know this is why Totes is easy to hate. All that guy wants to do is win. He doesn't care how it happens. He doesn't care how it happens for the TWO. He wants to get those title belts. Oh, look. Kempt started freaking out a little bit, but came back to his senses. Goes up top. Thought he might have gone for a pin. Did not go for the pin, however. Now he does. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. And we have brand new TCW World Tag Team Champions.
Davis and Kid P. Watson, the NWO.
Now here's the thing, you look at this and knowing how management works in the back, 5-star match, but knowing how management works in the back, we saw the new foundation defend against these guys. Now we saw them lose. They're like at 1-1. It would not shock me if we saw another match with the belts on the line again. Would not shock me in the slightest. So something that we're definitely going to want to keep an eye out for moving forward. Now, you guys watch me create Shyanne Davis on stream. You watch me create most of these wrestlers on stream. When we created her, for whatever reason, I could never get the face to be right. I never liked how the face looked. I finally found another face scan. Recently put it on Cheyenne, so the all-new Shyanne Davis. It's the same thing, if you guys remember back, happened with Ozzy. I didn't like how it worked out. Did it. Victoria Van Diver Witcher turned out great when we did them, but now getting to see the all-new Shyanne Davis. What is going on? I must have something turned off, which we are going to turn right back on. I don't know why it's turned off, but we are going to fix that very, very soon. But getting right into the middle of it anyway. Coming back after weird commercial breaks. And look at that. Witcher taking it off the top rope. And Witcher has been adding more and more things to her arsenal as of late. So now starting to see her come off that top rope that way. Victoria Van Diver trying to get back in to the World Championship form that she had before. And oh, right off the bat, might have just cut Witcher open right there. And you got Cheyenne and Ozzy facing off, two of the greatest to ever do it. Witcher falls into that category, and Victoria Van Diver for a time, she was making her case. Now, it didn't work out so much the last couple of seasons, but will that change here tonight? Will she get going the way she wanted to get going? She was in the last episode, and she is back. Finally got her character uploaded as well. Monica Monroe. Madam Death, that's hilarious. So, 4-way elimination match. Miss Money in the Bank briefcase on the line here in this match. This is one of those like dream matches where you're like, what if these 4 ladies wrestled? And we're getting to see it, and look at Witcher doing the thing, sucking the energy out of Ozzy, transferring it back to herself. There should be no count out, so this is definitely weird. This should be an elimination match, but it might not be. So we want to pay attention now to what the referee does and what these ladies do when somebody goes for a pin. Interesting. Nobody did anything on that one. I want to see it one more time before I really buy into it. Now, I don't know if you guys saw that, but right off to the left, we saw a little green mist go flying, but I don't see it on anybody, so I don't know. And it looked like Victoria right there was getting ready to try to break something up. But we don't know. Oh! Oh, I thought she was going to try to do it. 1, 2. And Ozzy thought she had it right there. And I'm starting to think that this is a one and done, like a one pin. So I don't know what happened again. But it seems like some of the matches maybe I've got to delete them and recreate them. That might be the problem. Maybe if the match was created before patch 1.07, it doesn't really work. And now if it's afterwards, it will. Kind of like with the universe. So anyway, we got to definitely check that out. So you're starting to see some of the blood actually trickling down the face of Witcher. Shyanne setting her up, hooks the leg. 1, 2. And Victoria able to kick out in 2, but watch out, she's got it in her. She's got the, you know she can do it. And there it is. The 8-second ride, the move that she has put many a lady out on. And Victoria Vandiver able to kick out in 2, and I don't even know how. When you look at some of the moves that were put back to back, the fact that Victoria could kick out is amazing. And the fact that the Falls Count Anywhere match doesn't appear to be doing that is another amazing thing. So it's kind of like the old willy-nilly, do whatever you want. But Ozzy able to pin Victoria Vandiver. And then there were 3. Look at Ozzy showing absolute veteranism. Yeah, slow that down. Replay that word again. Never heard that in your life. I can guarantee it. Veteranism. Now, look, hooks the leg to break up the 10 count. Like, that doesn't even make sense. But Ozzy trying to show you she wants a shot at her title belt again, losing it to Melinda G, pinning Cheyenne, and now there were 2. Now it is, but I'm going to leave this match the way it is. I really like the state of this. I think this match is awesome. And that might do it. 1, 2, 3. And Ozzy becomes your brand new TCW Miss Money in the Bank.
Here is your winner, the Legend Oxley.
I gotta tell you what. Yeah, there shouldn't be, but there is. And I almost don't want to even fix the match. Like, I think that is interesting. And then the referee stops counting to go outside on a falls count anywhere match. So you could technically start pinning somebody when the referee's count is at 9. He'll stop and jump out. If they kick out, you could jump in and they could, if the ref gets back in time, be counted out. I'll look at it, Logan. I'm not sure. Everybody in the TCW only has one finishing move. Nobody gets that finishing move. So I'd have to look at it, but you're a member of the channel, so I do things for members that maybe God dog it! Timeout! We're not stop. Gosh, dang it. I don't understand what is going on here. L1. There we go. Let's try it again. Entrances are now on. See, the problem with most of them, think about this. We got 98 wrestlers. Really? No, we got 99 wrestlers. It's hard to find a finisher. Like, people are like, I want to do this finishing move, and it's not available. What is the finishing move that you want, though? Tell me what it is, and I'll see what I can do.
The United States Championship.
I don't even know how the entrances somehow got turned off. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Look at the state of this. Vipero this year looks like a man on a mission. Looks like he knows that what was happening and what he was doing. Like he was on this, again, on a rocket ship, on this rise, and he was going. And then when he lost the U.S. Championship, lost a lot of momentum. So management looking at this in the back, the committee looking at it going, hey, let's give him a shot then. Let's get him back into the United States title picture. Let's get him a shot against Matt Storm. So getting the shot against Matt Storm here tonight. Oh, I just found a really cool Vipero. I just found a really cool tattoo for you, so I'm actually going to re-look and redo your tattoos. I found about the coolest snake tattoo that you could ever find. If I can make it work, like, it'll be epic. So TWO getting a lot of shots at titles here tonight. Sometimes it's the TCW wrestlers. Sometimes it is the corporate syndicate wrestlers. Tonight, the TWO getting a lot of shots. But having to defend this title belt right now. We talked about this earlier. Matt Storm defending this title belt 8 times. Not a record 8 times. Totes defended it 11, but going for the 9th title defense here tonight. Will he be able to get the title defense here tonight? And we saw Matt Storm and Vipero hooking it up on episode 98 last season. So the last title defense, number 7. Then we saw him beat Recon Delta in episode number 4. And now in episode 8, defending the title belt again. But this time, Vipero getting another shot at it. What's going on, R2K? Welcome to the stream. What is going on, Raymond Jones? If you haven't noticed, though, Vipero, I have not downloaded the new Vipero. There's a reason, and I won't do it. So, guys, if you're going to make 35 different characters of yourself, I can't do it. It will break the universe. Not doing it. I'm even scared after the duplication bug that it will destroy the universe. So yeah, I'm not doing it. There's another reason. It tracks the win and loss record. I know you noticed. My man. Vipero notices lots of things. But that's why I say with the moveset, upload the moveset, because then I don't have to download your character. And if I can just get a little bit farther in, your outfit will change. I just got to get farther in. Right now, I'm working on McWayne. There's 3 wrestlers I'm working on right now. Plus, I got to get, there's a guy, JW, I said I would do his character for other universes. And it's almost done. I just got to get the movesets in on that, and then that should be good to go. But yeah, I can't download, not the way we run universes. Oh, happy birthday, brother, 37. Nice. And then, very specifically, because of Vipero, I'm iffy, like, I stopped doing it in 2K24 as well. Because, like I said, we talk about Vipero was on. I thought Vipero was going to be the next, like, world champion. He was on that kind of a run. We downloaded a character, we switched things out, and it changed everything. And then went on an epic losing streak. Like, it wasn't that he was losing every match. It was just we couldn't get him to win the right matches again. And I want to do that to you, brother. We're going to build you up. It's going to be a good thing. It'll all work out. And I don't want the syndicate. I want the idea of the syndicate to be similar. But I don't want them to all be the same. You can see Rowdy's different. He's got different colors. You got different colors. A couple black and reds. Even JP I want to switch up. You can see Robbo's got different colors. GC Rock now is different. So they're all different with the same idea. Hacksaw's different. So, but for the tag teams, like between you and Zach Hamilton, yeah, I do want to see some similar stuff. But we'll get you fixed up, brother. The butterflies on Jay Savage, absolutely next level. I don't know if Savage likes them. I love them. If I didn't just say it, I think I did, but welcome to the stream, JT. How are you doing today? And Matt Storm. Matt Storm doing what Matt Storm does. Dominating, but Vipero doing what Vipero does, and that is kicking out. We are not worthy indeed. Oh, it does, for sure. Yeah, I want to take the idea that is going on right here, and I just want to... I have a few ideas. I just want to see if they work. But that's why I keep fighting you on this. And look at that, Vipero starting to do the thing, starting to come back, starting to show what made him really, really like an unstoppable force. And now Matt kicking out in two. Both these guys, I believe in this match, it is going to come down to one mistake, one slip up moving forward here. Maybe one thing where you can kind of turn the tables a little bit. And if it happens, somebody is either going to retain or win the United States title belt. And we look at all kinds of different... Oh, here he goes again. But is Matt Storm waiting on him? No, he is not. Well, he's waiting on him. Hits him. 1, 2... And Matt Storm able to kick out in 2. Oh, look at this. Really going after the back of Matt Storm. Now starting to play it up to the crowd. Is he trying to set up the constrictor? That might be what he's doing right here. Oh, went for the snake bite. Matt, though, with cat-like reflexes. The only reflexes faster than a snake. Now, this is one of those things I don't know that I would want to be in. Vipero generating force by using speed. Storm generating force by using power. So, two different ways to get there. Both men going back after it. One-on-one. Oh, grabs him right here. Takes him up and back down. Did he just set him up? 1, 2, 3. And Matt Storm will retain the TCW United States title. But we looked at their match from the last match they had, and it honestly wasn't that close. This one really could have went the other way. Matt Storm has kind of been running roughshod through this division, and Matt Storm even has a win in a United States title defense against the current world champion, Jahki, against a former world champion in Blackheart, against a former world champion in Recon Delta. So, quite the title run, but, oh, and I'm wrong. That is the 9th, no, I'm right. That is the 9th title defense of this title belt. So just 2 away from totes. And this is going to be a case where usually we will see the current champion, when they tie the record, face off against the old record or current record holder when they're tied, to give that current record holder a chance to stop them breaking the record. But with Totes being the leader of the TWO, Matt Storm being in the TWO, not going to see it. So Matt Storm really has a shot to break the record if he can keep this thing going. Now, Jay Savage and Boom getting ready to square off one-on-one. We've seen Boom really doing well in his comeback from leaving the TCW, and Jay Savage, we have seen a transformation.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the NWO from Tacoma, Washington, weighing in at 269 pounds, Jay Savage.
Well, JT, I appreciate that, and I'm glad you didn't. You're a really good part of this community. We really love having you here. You make things fun. You're interactive. You get along with folks. So, yeah, it's good. It's good to have you here. It's good for you to be here. And the world's better with you in it. So we need to keep it that way. Jay Savage's outfit, I'm telling you, it's on another level.
And his opponent from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, weighing in at 287 pounds, Boom!
So Jay Savage, again, starting, kind of got up to this point, kind of got up to a spot where all of a sudden we were like, oh yeah, it's going to be the thing, we're going to do whatever, everything's going to be fine, and then getting these world title shots, and then for whatever reason, just not working out, like coming close, but just not quite working out, not quite getting it to where we thought it was going to be. And then kind of losing a little steam, but now here in season 7, starting to gain that speed, starting to gain that momentum again. That is very true. Hashtag and still yet. I'm starting to hear that too, JT. And look, there's a reason why you came here, and so yeah, maybe we know the reason now. Love it. Yeah, you guys should definitely go check out the Discord. So, definitely interesting. But right now, big match going on. And look, these two guys, you kind of look at them. They're about the same size. They're about the same height. They're about the same everything. They've got about the same idea, but they have a different philosophy and movesets. You know, even though you're looking maybe at the size of Jay Savage, he still has that lucha mentality, that lucha background. He went out, he learned that as a young wrestler, and then as things developed, as he moved through his career, changed to a little more of a power style of wrestling, but he has always kept that background sitting right there. Now, Boom comes in. Boom just powerhouse. Boom will get after you right now. And that's what Boom's got. So that's where you look at a Jay Savage having an advantage, I believe, because he can kind of still switch up some of the stuff that he's doing. And oh, the first rope break of season 7. We haven't even seen a rope break. And look, Boom yelling at the referee, saying he can't believe he called that one, even though Jay Savage's hands clearly in the rope. So usually, and we just saw it for the first time, but usually when they're managers, they don't come out with the belt. Now we did see, which is weird, it's the first, I wasn't even going to bring it up, but we saw Blackheart come out with the TV title on initially when he came down in that first match, but we didn't see you guys come out with the titles on. So yeah, I don't know. It's a weird 2K-ism. Boom, now I think he's starting to get it, starting to let it fly. Whoa! And that is what I mean, Savage overcoming the power style with power. And now, if you start to wonder what is going on, if you start to wonder why he's got the butterflies, you're starting to see it, got him in a butterfly lock. But will that set it up? Will it set up the tripletta? I think he was going for it. Boom stopped it, hits him with the boom shakalaka. And out of nowhere, that might have been it. But now, looking like Boom was talking to somebody in the crowd. Not sure what was going on, but that gave Jay Savage enough time to recover. And Jay Savage doing the thing. I don't know, Primetime, I don't know. If you guys are just joining us, this is a tribute show to Sid B. Sid B passed away, a member of our community passed away earlier today due to complications of a massive heart attack. So this is a tribute show going out to her. I debated whether to do it or not, but if you go in the chat, in the Discord, read if he put out the final words of Sid B. If you read that, made me feel like this is what she would want to do. Us all get together, celebrate her life and what she was and what she meant to our community. We know she'll be very missed. Prayers go out to her and her family. But this is probably what she'd want to do. She'd want to sit down and watch some wrestling and enjoy that. And for the rest of Season 7, she will be on our arenas. You can see right there in the arenas, around the arena, her wrestling character. And she will live on in our universe. So prayers and thoughts out to her. Prayers and thoughts out to the Bay of Iffy. And we will continue on. What is going on, Blazed Radio? Welcome to the stream, brother. So Jay Savage starting to go back and forth, and we called it a little bit earlier. Wasn't able to get it in. Can Boom stop it again? No, he can't. It is the tripletta, the triple butterfly, the move made famous by Savage. Now goes, hooks the leg, 1, 2, 3, and Jay Savage coming out with a big victory. But it doesn't look like it's enough, and Jay Savage laying the boot. Somebody from backstage needs to get out here. Referee trying to stop it, but how are you going to stop Jay Savage being little Charles Robinson? And Jay Savage giving him the eye, letting him know exactly what time he believes it is. And now I'm just telling you, look at the stuff that the TWO is doing and really starting to do some things that make you want to go, Who backstage is going to step up and try to stop these guys? That is the question. Guys, we are getting down to it. The last 3 matches of the evening, and we are going to get to see, for the very first time, we are going to get to see Robbo taken to the ring against JP, Grady, and Eagle Star. No worries. It is all okay. No worries, JT. No, Sid really liked this stuff. She would message me, win or lose, she would message me. Was very thankful to be here, very thankful to be a part of the community, and she will live on in our shows. And look at the referee getting toppled right away. And you look, it's kind of interesting because you got the VP of the corporate syndicate. You got another member of the corporation. And even though when they merged from different areas, they still realized the one thing tonight, there can only be one winner. And apparently, even though we set up the match to be an elimination match, it almost appears... Oh, look at the flattened trash can. First time I've ever seen that. But it almost appears like this is just a fatal 4-way match. But again, the neat thing again about the new weapons mechanics in the game, even though we would make it seem like it, players would not take extra damage from falling on the table like the way it is right now, or falling on the stairs. Now they do. Look at JP just passing them out. Robbo said, hey, I watched you pass them out, brother, but not to me. So that move right there on top of the table, you can see how he's leaning and laying on the table in a different way. That matters now. Oh, JP tried to get back at him. Robbo calculated everything but the Grady factor. He didn't factor in for Grady. So taking out Eagle Star, taking out JP, and then Grady sneaking in the back door like a milkman. And Robbo again back on top of it, but does he see, could he see JP coming? Maybe he does. He got out of the way, hooks the leg. And so absolutely a fatal 4-way, not an elimination match. Nothing on the line here, however. No title belts, no this. The only thing on the line is pride in this match. And then we will get on to the television title match and the match Sid B will be in tonight. The TCW Special Series Women's Survival Title. And somehow again, a 10 count. Like, I don't know what that would do. Like, it would disqualify one, but not the other. And look at this. Eagle Star putting them in the bounty collector. Not trying to collect the bounty, but putting them in the bounty collector. Now taking it up top, going over the top of the table. Elbow right on top of Robbo, rolling it up. But everybody already back in the ring, so that did not even matter.
the All-American JP.
JP coming out on top in that match. And look, I didn't even think to count it because I didn't think it was going to fly, but it does fly. And JP showing you why he is the VP of the corporate syndicate. Now, Andrew Dubs getting a shot here tonight again at the television title. And that television title, if he can find a way to win it, would be a record third time. Right now, Cody Rhodes has held it twice, and Andrew Dubs has held it twice. So trying to get another win under the belt or another title added around the waist of Andrew Dubs.
Is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Television Championship.
Digital, just a big boy. Matt Storm holding on to his title belt. And now Andrew Dubs going to try to add on to that. But it makes you wonder, you see, if Dubs can win this here tonight, if Dubs can find a way to bring home the television title to the TWO, with the three guys that just came in the ring, would Digital Dogs be going after Jahki for the world title possibly? Could be a little foreshadowing right here. And Blackheart now making his way down to the ring. The all-new, all-shiny GC Rock making his way down to the ring as well. So it's really interesting just to see how this is going to play out, how it could play out. But it all starts, oh look. And you see some wrestlers do that sometimes, leaving Bama's name on there. Blackheart not taking the name off.
From Burnaby, British Columbia, Canada, weighing in at 237 pounds, the innovator, Andrew Dubs. And his opponent, from another time, weighing in at 266 pounds, the World Television Champion, the Evil Within, Blaq.
It's the other thing. It's kind of like the same with Vipero's character not being able to go back just yet. I look at Blackheart's tattoos. Now that the tattoos are showing up the right way, Bama's the same way. Now that I got to go back and like get them fixed. You know what I mean? But some guys kind of, the goodness or badness of their tattoos because of how we did it, sometimes will take precedence over the other one. Some of them look fine. Like some of them, like we can get away with it for now. You know what I mean? But some of them need to be fixed quickly. Both guys coming out a little tentative. And now you see why. Blackheart having that like reverse lock right there, and look at that. Dubs showing that one good turn deserves another. And getting that upside down wrist lock locked in on Blackheart. Blackheart trying to fight out of it. And now turns it back around and gets that hammer lock right there on that wrist, using even the torque of his own elbow against him, maybe even grabbing the hair a little bit right there. And finally breaking it up, saying, hey, let's get this thing going. Goes over, jumps through, one. And able to get a 1 count. Now you can see Andrew Dubs a little bit smaller than Blackheart. Blackheart a heavyweight, Andrew Dubs a light heavyweight. But you're looking at like the lower end of the heavyweight division, the upper end of the light heavyweight division. So even though there is a little bit of a difference, it's not maybe as much as you would think. Blackheart now going, getting that guitar, playing a little git fiddle. On Dubs, and look at this now going up to the top, and Dubs could not get out of the way, and this is where it starts to get a little bit dangerous. This is where we start looking at a few other things, and we're like, hey, do we want this to go downtown this way? Do we want to make sure things are going a certain way? And stuff we want to watch, you know, so definitely things to start keeping in mind. Wow, that's cool, JT. Very cool. She will live on as well in our universe. And another guitar right in the center of the ring. Is there another song? Track 2 being played again at the expense of Andrew Dubs. Goes now, hooks the leg 2. And so far you can see all the dunnage sitting in the ring. You can see the carnage around the ring. Dubs fighting through. Might be setting them up right here. Oh, I think Blackheart did his homework, saw it coming, but so did Dubs. Dubs now laying into Blackheart. And again, like pointed out earlier, what? Oh, Blackheart with the black arts comes in behind him, but Dubs again. It's like a crazy chess match we're walking, just waiting to see what happens. And there is a cutter right up off the shoulder, but he needs to get Blackheart back in the ring again. Cannot change hands on a count out. Now bringing the no, not bringing the table in. And look at that, he sets it up. Blackheart grabs him and says, all right. Puts him through the table that Andrew Dubs built. And Blackheart doing everything he can right now to make sure he retains the TCW World Championship. No. Not what you're saying, JT, no. That's not what Matt Storm is saying. I don't think that'll ever get fixed. Not in 25. I just don't think it'll get fixed. Not that way. the tattoos were glitched before, where they would not show up dark enough on the character. So there's a lot of things that we did to get around a lot of it, and now they do show up darker, so now they show up way too dark on all the characters. Oh, he missed it. Can Dubs use that? No, he could not. Thought Dubs was going to be able to use that little window right there to turn it back around. But right now, Blackheart seeing the window of opportunity. Dubs trying to get up. And I just don't think Dubs right now fully knows what is going on because of the absolute beating and then going through the table. It was like that table changed everything in the match. It looked like Dubs was on his way to winning the third television title, but when he went through that table,
World Television Champion, the evil within, Blackheart.
when he went through that table, it was like it changed everything in the match. And Dubs unable to pick up the championship to become the 3-time television champion. Hats off to Blackheart. Blackheart defending the title and starting to get on a little run himself. So very solid matches all night long. I mean, all the way up from 3 to 5 stars in every single match. Now getting in to the final match of the night. The main event for the TCW Special Series Women's Survival Championship. And this isn't your normal group of women fighting for this championship. In this match, you've got 2 former world champions. You got 1 member of the Gatecrashers, 1 member who currently holds a survival title of the longest reigning tag team. We've seen Sid B have great success here as of late in the TWC, getting a shot here tonight, and Vanessa LeVay trying to get back on track. And these are the kind of matches you could really do it on. Well. Not all bad. If it had to do something right then would have been the time to do it. So give me just a second here. We'll talk through this while we get everything dialed back into the match, back into the whatever. But yeah, one of those things kind of goes to figure. Guys, we're running out of time on the goal here tonight. Only about 17 minutes left to hit the goal, so we will see if we hit it or not. While I get the stream back up and running. Thanks, Ray. I really appreciate that. But we're not done yet. We still have the main event. We're going to get there. Just got to go back in. We're going to double check. Continue. Almost back in. I just want to check the settings. Now we've got that going. And we're back. All right, let's see if it works this time. But again, you got Jane, you got Misty, you got Sarah, Mimi, Vanessa LeVay, and Sid B all in the same match. This is going to be on another level for sure. Current champion Mimi holding the TCW Special Series Women's Survival title belt.
The following is an Elimination Chamber Introducing the challenger from Blackpool, England, the Legend Killer, Jane.
So we know that the first thing is even the champion gets no quarter in these matches. Any TCW Special Series title belts, not even the champion gets any quarter in those matches. It is always random. It is always whatever it is. And that is what makes defending these title belts so hard. I mean, we could go through and look. The Women's Outlaw title has never been defended. The Rumble Championship never defended. The Survival title has only ever been defended one time. And that was by Misty Watson. So Misty also currently in this match right now. So that is crazy.
And introducing the challenger from seasonal residencies, the Extreme Van Alice Lady.
Misty, though, a two-time champion. T. Jones, not in this match, but a two-time champion. And Sarah, a two-time champion. Jane, who is in this match, has won it before. But Misty right now and Sarah have got a chance to become the first three-time champion. Jane has a chance to become a two-time champion. So there's all kinds of stuff. Like other little things that are going on in this match right now. We know that this can be won from position number 1 or position number 2. We have seen it done before. We've seen it done on the men's side and we have seen it done on the women's side. So, absolutely crazy. Anybody can win. And these first 4 contestants coming out, we don't know what order they're going to end up in.
The champion, representing the Thrill Seekers from no place in particular, the Pro Wrestling Women's Non-Stop Champion, the Punisher, My Lai.
But we know that Mimi, Jane, and Vanessa LeVay are not going to be in position number 1 or 2. We don't know what order they're going to be in, but we know that those 3 won't be starting the match. Nor will the next woman to walk down that ramp. And this title belt has been around since episode 2 of season 1. Figure that one out. Title got vacated in season 3 and then returned again on episode 31 of season 6.
And introducing the challenger, representing the Insiders from Boston, one half of the Pro Wrestling Underground Women's Tag Team Champions, the Movable Objects,
Sid B making her way down to the ring. So we know Sid also will not be starting this match in the number 1 or number 2 position. And I'm going to tell you right now, cameraman probably very happy this is going on, so he does not end up on his back. Sid, the second largest women wrestler that we have in our universe mode, of course, number 1 being Crimson. But Sid getting a shot here tonight to win another. We can see her and Anita T are the 8 women tag team champions, but can she win a singles belt here tonight and win the survival title?
And introducing the challenger, representing the NWO from Austin, Texas, the Grim Reaper, Mighty Watson.
So Missy, if she is going to win this for the 3rd time, if she is going to become the first woman to do it, and there's two chances in this arena right now, Jane and Misty, but if one of them, she's going to have to do it from the opening bell. Yeah, if you guys are in the chat right now, throw up some love for Sid B. You know she's watching the match right now. She wouldn't miss it.
And introducing the challenger, representing the Gate Crushers from the Caribbean, one half of the Universal Women's World Tag Team Champions, Smooth Operator, Sarah.
So Sarah, one half of the Gate Crashers, also trying to win it for a record 3rd time. So here we go. Sarah trying to win it a 3rd time. Misty trying to win it a 3rd time. Both ladies going to start this match off. For Pincha saw how many bloody handprints were on this survival title. She'd probably be wanting to try to get it too. Well, I don't know what to say about that. Okay, we're going to try something else. We're going to have the same match, but I'm going to do it a different way. So crazy. I wonder if it's specifically... Hold on. Just give me a second to do something here. Seeing how none of these matches have worked yet. Well, they were working and now they're not somehow. Let's try it one more time. Let's just going to delete it. We're going to go back to the live scene so you guys can see what we're doing here. I'm going to delete them all later once I get off stream, but I don't want to take all the time to do that. We're going to go into custom matches, brand new. Elimination chamber, 6-way, pin or submission, yes, no KO. Falls count anywhere, yes. Interval entrance, yes. We do 90. Yes, that's fine. And then we name it. Survival. Title. 90. Now let's go into the universe. Edit matches. It says elimination chamber, right? Customize the match. We're not going to rewatch all the opening stuff. Entrances are now turned off. Continue the show. Entrances are off. Let's see if it works now. Just strange, you know, when they have the updates, and 1.08 just came out yesterday, so fingers crossed. Let's see if that fixed it. Of course it didn't. So I think the problem then... apparently is got to be the elimination chamber itself. So we're going to go a different route. New route. But the cameraman doesn't get to be saved. I'm going to show you why I can't. Not can't. I'm going to show you why I won't show replacement people. Let's go back in here to edit matches. Change it to that'd be fun. Don't know what it'll do. Let's find just real quick so I don't have to look. But look at this. The win-loss record. If I replace wrestlers, it wipes out their win-losses. It wipes out all this stuff. Now we actually have a win-loss record. pretty cool. So that's why I don't want to do it the other way. But Sid B will go for a championship belt tonight, one way or the other. Now let's finish it. Thanks, 2K. Hey, but I'm going to tell you what, when you start talking about like some dream type matches, Sid B versus Miss Nightmare, that is also another dream match scenario. Especially when you look at a lot of the backstory, it won't be necessarily like against these two wrestlers. But Miss Nightmare used to be Sid B. Like, for the most part. Like, Sid B, the second largest wrestler. Then Miss Nightmare started losing, started leaning up. Still a very large wrestler, but now Sid B coming in, taking the place of Miss Nightmare. So if you look at, like, early on Miss Nightmare character, it is on a different level. So these two getting a fight here tonight actually works out really well as well. So can Sid B, though, win the championship belt tonight and against a hugely iconic character in our universe? And now both these women standing toe-to-toe, giving it as much as they're getting. Trying to prove like, yeah, hey, I can take and give a punch. And that is what they're doing right now. Sid having none of it. Miss Nightmare saying hit me. And she's like, all right, I can do that. And then finally she's like, okay, I think I'm done with the just taking it. And now back and forth. And then another interesting fact, too. You look at Miss Nightmare, one of the few wrestlers. We only have two, maybe three. I think it's only two wrestlers that actually have a heel on their boot when they wrestle. And look at Miss Nightmare's face. Sid B already taken the face paint off of Miss Nightmare almost completely. And still back and forth. It is a huge back and forth match. And I don't think many can really pick up Miss Nightmare or Sid B and throw her around like that. But Miss Nightmare, crazy as far as the strength she still possesses. Like, it took a lot of working out to get down, turn it into the lean muscle, and kind of go down in the weight category while maintaining that muscle. But Sid B doesn't care about any of that. What she did, huge crossbody right there, and that'll start taking it right on out of you. And remember, this is still for the hardcore title, so a hardcore match. And look, that is the strength we were just talking about. Miss Nightmare now setting up for the Bone Crusher. Gets it in right on top of the kendo stick. Rolls her over. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And Sid B able somehow to kick out in 2. And now Sid B making that comeback, getting fired up. You can see the Bay of Iffy right across the back of her top. Goes now, hooks the leg. 2. And I am shocked that, oh, look at this. Alana D getting down, getting involved, trying to stop Sid B from completing the goal, and that goal is to win the hardcore title belt. And again, it's a hardcore match. Anything goes. But Sid B in a 1-on-2 situation right here. Don't know if Anita T even knows what is going on in the back. Miss Nightmare now calling for her to get up. Alana dancing around, being crazy, and the faces of fear showing you why they are the faces of fear. Now, just like a true hardcore competitor, Sid B split open, uses the referee to slow it down. And there it is. Anita T sees it. What's going on? The Destroyer herself now getting into the ring, trying to even up the score. And now that it is even up, can Sid take advantage of this and walk out of here with the title belt? Oh, that is an owie, but recovering quickly. And both these women looking like they belong in this hardcore division. Miss Nightmare, face paint almost entirely gone. Sid B bleeding. Oh, hits her. And look at this. Who's coming down? It is one of the Hart sisters. Sid sees it. 1, 2, 3. And Sid B takes advantage of the situation, gets the 3 count, and becomes so just like it should be, probably the better ending that we could have possibly had. Sid B using not just the power, but using the smarts. Withstanding the double team from the Faces of Fear. Anita T, her tag team partner, comes out, evens the score, and then she sees the Hart sisters starting to come down. She sees Lexi Hart coming down. Quickly rolls up Miss Nightmare and ends up walking out with the championship. And then just like the curtain call, I just feel it's probably the best ending that it could have been. Sid B celebrating in the center of the ring with Anita T, Rapentia, and Melinda celebrating her big win here tonight, becoming the brand new TCW Hardcore Champion. Guys, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Again, prayers going out to the family of Sid B, going out to the Bay of Iffy, going out to anybody that knew her. And it's funny, there is some comfort in what her last words were, which sounds crazy, but they absolutely bear repeating. And that is, it's all right, everyone. I love you. Jesus just needs an extra hand catering for his big day on Sunday. So, again, very sad times. Definitely felt in the community. Definitely gonna be missed. Appreciate everything that she did, and she will be in our arenas from here on out moving forward. So, guys, again, show some love to Sid. And I will catch all of you guys in the next one. Peace.